The symbiotic relationship beneficial to both in living systems. What I'm going to mention to you now has been considered by biologists and botanists as one of the most profound mysteries of evolutionary development, because it could not have developed by evolution. It is a profound, tangible illustration of profound design features. If we get nothing more than this phase or section of the lesson, it'll be worth your coming. Observing the natural world around us, we're astonished at the sophistication and cooperation seen in everyday life. Biologists have long been aware of the relationship between the figs that we like to eat, Ficus carica, and a specific wasp, Calioida, without which neither species could procreate. Now wait a minute. Here are two entirely different systems that totally depend on each other, and were it not specifically for that wasp and that fig tree, were it not specifically for them, neither would exist. And according to evolutionary principle, they're hundreds of millions of years apart in their introduction on planet Earth, but they're not. The whole thing occurred within the last few thousand years. Watch closely. The symbiotic, that means mutually beneficial relationship between the fig tree and its pollinator, the fig wasp, is one of the most remarkable known to science. The developing fig fruit is in fact a collection of just tiny male and female flowers enclosed in a covering. Okay, we start with a fleshy covering, and that fig that you eat started as just a bunch of flowers. Male and female, all intertwined together. But they can't self-pollinate. All right, watch what happens. Female wasps lay their eggs within modified female flowers, and those flowers then grow into gall flowers containing the developing wasps. So there's the female who lays her eggs and then gets enveloped. Pitch black. Male wasps emerge first when these eggs develop and immediately search out young females like males do, right? Still within the gall flowers. So there they are in this pitch black enclosure that will become a fig. Inserting their abdomens into the gall flowers, they just spray. And when they spray, they fertilize the females. They only have two jobs to do. Just to spray, and all the females around get fertilized. And then they have another job. They fertilize the females, all in pitch black, and then complete their second task, gnawing an exit hole through the tough fig wall. The fig wall has now become tough. Days and weeks have passed. So they just gnaw a little hole and they die and stay inside the fig. Did you know when you eat a fig, you're eating some fertilizer? The male wasp. But he's all broken to pieces. No problem, no problem. So watch what happens next. Hours later, just hours later, the pre-fertilized female wasp, they just got sprayed all over the place. They emerge, and the male flowers with two antlers simultaneously shed pollen when the females begin to move about. A lot of things happen when females begin to move about, right? She makes the home work. She makes life work. She gave us life, paid You give all, it's like a mother to give all your life. Right, mothers? So here they are, these female wasps just start to emerge. Simultaneously, the male flowers with their two antlers shed their pollen. After being coated with this pollen, the females escape. Okay, they got out by crawling through the tunnels made by their doomed mates. The female wasps then fly to a young fig, which contains two types of mature female flowers, force their way through an osteolium, that's a small opening protected by overlapping scales, and nothing else can get in there, just this particular female wasp. So she gets the whole thing. She gets inside, lays her eggs. They transfer the pollen they're carrying to the viable long-stem female flowers, thus fertilizing them. They also lay eggs in the modified short-styled flowers with their long oviraptors. This completes the reproductive cycle of both fig and the wasp. How can evolution produce that? It's impossible. It's a beautiful design benefit for all of us. Here's another mutually beneficial illustration. It's the Rossi fish. The Rossi fish likes to eat chunks of meat on shark's teeth and barracuda teeth, but he doesn't dare get around until the shark or the barracuda has so much debris from eating something else that he wants it clean. So the shark or the barracuda just opens his mouth. He goes to an area where these little Rossi fish have their domain. He just opens his mouth. They go in, have a feast, clean his teeth inexorably, so just like he went to a dentist. Then they swim out. He closes his mouth, swims away without eating them. It's mutual appreciation temporarily. But don't try it until the shark or the barracuda open their mouth appropriately. Under the ground, invisible organisms, including bacteria, yeast, moles, microscopic invertebrates, and nematode worms, balance the above ground ecosystem as they make nutrients and minerals available for plant life. So there are billions of microbes per acre or square yard underneath us, making possible life for us. It's all a mutual balance, and without these, life wouldn't work.